Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. We're going to be doing something very special today. We are going to be opening up this little draft booster box. Um, in this box, there's going to be 36 packs of Lord of the Rings magic cards. Um, Honestly, this is going to be quite awesome. Magic the Gathering and Lord of the Rings teamed up to build this modern legal set. Um, and that's right up my alley because modern is my most played format other than sealed product. Um, Over the weekend, I played in one of the events at my local game store. I went 1-1-1. I played Mardu, pretty much like in mass slash ring tempting cards. It was fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had games that were close, some that were not so close, and then some that were far, far away from getting a win. But I will admit, I've had a lot of fun so far playing with this set. And I purchased this just yesterday. Um, but yeah, let's get started by opening this box up and see what we pull. But before I do anything like this, please make sure to hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. And please make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'm producing content once a week on Twitch, and I'm also doing the same on YouTube. Um, so yeah, actually, I have one more special pack I have to open up. It's the box topper. Let's see what I pull. Okay, so my special card is called Morgul Knife, and it's basically the Shadow Spear. So here's what it reads. It's the legendary equipment. Equip the creature gets +1/+1 and has trample and lifelink. You may pay 1 generic mana. Permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof and indestructible until end of the turn. And equip cost is 2. And this is what it looks like. It's nice in foil. Pretty cool looking card. But yes, it is the Shadow Spear. Neat. All right. Got the little box topper out of the way. Let us begin with our journey to the Lord of the Rings. Starting off, we got an orc army. We have a swamp card. And we already have our first mythic. This is called Shadow of the Enemy. Is a 6 mana sorcery. Exile all creatures from target player's graveyard. You may cast spells from among those cards for as long as they remain exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast them. It's pretty cool, honestly. Um, sure, it's a very expensive sorcery, but I can see that in like Commander. Here is Nazgul. Gandalf, Friend of the Shire. Landro Landroval, Horizon Witness. Lorwyn Revealed. Gimli's Fury. Fire of Orth Orthnak, Soldier of the Grey Host, Birthday Escape, Second Breakfast, Revive the Shire, Mirkwood Bats, Mushroom Watchdogs, and the final card from this pack is Troll of Khazad Dûm. All right, let's go on to the next card. Next pack of cards. So, I will admit, there are a lot of different kinds of mechanics going on around here. So, first, the big one, the ring. So, from what I remembered from playing in the pre-release, anytime you cast a card that says the ring tempts you, if you control a creature, that card becomes your ring bearer. Um, then after that, there's some special abilities that happen with the ring. Like first one is the creature can't be blocked by creatures with more power than it. The second one is um draw a card and then discard a card. Third one is if a creature is blocked by that card, the sacrifice the blocking creature. And then the fourth one is if your ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, it deals 3 more damage to that player. Honestly, the ring abilities are pretty interesting. And another mechanic that came back was amass. So these orc armies that you're amassing, it's very similar to the zombie armies for more of the spark. Um, Basically, there's cards that say amass orcs 1 or amass orcs 2 or 3 or so on and so forth. So that's where these orc armies come from. And there's also another mechanic coming back, food. Basically, you make a token, you pay 2 mana of any color, tap the token, sacrifice it, and then you gain 3 life. All right, let's continue on with our little journey with these packs. Starting off the Orc Army. Now the Plains. Our rare in the pack is called There and Back Again. And it's a enchantment saga. And it says here it's 5 mana, 3 there's 3 chapters to the saga. First one reads, up to one target creature can't block for as long as There and Back Again, as long as you control the enchantment. The ring tempts you. Then it says this. Search your library for a mountain card and put that into the battlefield, then shuffle. Then level 3. Create Smog, a legendary 6/6 red dragon creature token with haste. And when this creature dies, create 14 treasure tokens. Holy crap. 14 treasures. That's a lot of mana right there. This is a saga that, yes, it's a lot of mana to produce, but the outcome with it, my goodness, that is a lot of good stuff. And it's only a rare card. Going forward, I'm just going to show like each card, but I'll go over the rare slash mythic card in the pack. Our next card is called Ring Sight. Council's Deliberation, Gift of Strands, Quarrel's End, Breaking of the Fellowship, Shire Terrence, Eagles of the North. Another mechanic that is back is land cycling. There will be some creature cards with like Mountain Cycle, Island Cycle, Swamp Cycle, all those kinds of mechanics. They're back again. All you have to do is just pay one generic mana, and then you can discard it, and then search your library for that particular land card. Lembas, Surrounded by Orcs, Protector of Gondor, Fog of the Barrow Downs, The Torment of Gollum, Many Partings. Next, Orc Army, Mountain, Sauron's Ransom. Choose an opponent. They look at the top four cards of your library and separate them into a face down pile and a face up pile. Put one of the pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. The ring tempts you. Seems like an interesting card to me. Here is Gothmog, Morgul Lieutenant, Gorbag of Minas Morgul, Glorfindel, Dauntless Rescuer, Esquire of the King, Improvise Club, Great Hall of the Citadel, Italian Kingfisher, East Mark Cavalier, sorry, Orcish Medicine, Pippin's Bravery, Oliphant, Shalob's Ambush, Lorthurian Lookout. Next pack, Human Soldier Token, Swamp Card, Fall of Kyre Andrews. It's a 3 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, amass Orcs X, where X is the excess damage. Then it says this: you may pay 8 mana. Fall of Kyre Andrews deals 7 damage to target creature. Seems pretty good. Long list of Ents. I find that card funny because there is 6 chapters to that saga. Shire Sheriff, Shortcut to mushrooms. Battle scarred goblin. Cast into the fire. I know that's what people want to do with the One Ring special card. Banish into Adoris. It's amazing how much money people are asking for the One Ring in Elvish. It is amazing. Willow Wind. Stalwarts of Osglath. Orcish Medicine. Elven Farsight. Urk High Berserker. Gladthrim Guide. Lash of the Balrog. You have a treasure token. Forest. Our rare card in the pack is the Battle of Bywater. It's a 3-mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. Then create a food token for each creature you control. Hmm. Well, play around little things, and this card would be really good. Otherwise, if you have big stuff, you're destroying everything. Another Gandalf, Friend of the Shire. Ugluk of the White Hand. Gandalf's Sanction. Oops. Gimli's Axe. Banished from Enderos. Rentless Rohirrim. Please excuse me. I mean, most of these names are hard to pronounce. Glathrium Bow. Pelargir Survivor. Slip on the Ring. Easterling Vanguard. Pippin's Bravery. Mordor Trebuchet. Our final card in the pack is Generous Ent. Move on to the next pack. All right, so I just pulled the ring. You know, the fancy ring. Nah, I'm just kidding. I just pulled the token for the ring for all the abilities. So let me explain the ring for you. The ring can tempt you even if you don't control its creature. The ring gains abilities in order from top to bottom. Once it gains an ability, it has that ability for the rest of the game. Each time the ring tempts you, you must choose a creature if you control one. Each player can only have one ring emblem named the ring and only one ring bearer at a time. So, which means 1 for 1. And again, like it says here, your ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures of greater power. Whenever your ring bearer attacks, draw a card and discard a card. Whenever your ring bearer becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacrifices it at the end of combat. Whenever your ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3 life. So it's pretty interesting in mechanic. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun in the limited format. Here is a Plains. We have a foil card here. It is called Denethor, ruling Stalwart or Steward. So I just got a pretty cool card here. It's Sauron, the Dark Lord. It is 6 mana, 3 generic, 1 blue, 1 black, and 1 red. Legendary creature Avatar Horror. It has Ward, sacrifice a legendary artifact or legendary creature. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass Orcs 1. Whenever an army you control deals damage to a player, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 4 cards. It's a 7/6. And this is what it looks like. And I have to say, looks pretty cool. Our next card is Friendly Rivalry. Strider, Ranger of the North. Melindor, Swift Savior. Rally of the Hornburg. Smite the Deathless. Dreadful as the Storm. Protector of Gondor again. Mirkwood Spider. Another Easterling Vanguard. Bombaldi's Song. Isolation at Orthanec. Dulin Sarabian. All right, let's go to the next pack. Got ourselves a food token, an island card, another foil card. This is called Foray of Orcs. So this is the card I wanted to pull, and I wanted to get a lot of copies of. May not sound good, but hear me out. The card is called Doors of Durin. It is a 5 mana legendary artifact. Whenever you attack, scry 2. Then you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Until your next turn, it gains trample if you control a dwarf, or hexproof if you control an elf. Okay, so you go to your combat step. You declare attackers, scry. And then, if it's a creature, like a big creature, just put it onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. This can be like anything that's huge. We're talking like Emrakul, Ulamog, Kozilek, any of the big Eldrazi, Lightsteel Colossus, Galta, like ginormous creatures you can normally cast for like a lot of mana. Cheat it out. It's awesome. So I'm very happy I pulled this card. And this is what it looks like. Stern Scolding. Androt Basin, Eoreth of the Healing House, War Beast of Gorgoroth, Swarming of Moria, Heathland Knots, Nimble Hobbit, Wizard's Rockets, Eren Rider of Gondor, Tower of Arrows, Mordor Muster, and Ents Fury. Okay, here's a pretty cool card. It's our foil card in the pack. It is Smeagol Helpful Guide. It's a 3 mana Halfling Horror legendary creature, the rare card. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, target opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped under your control, and the rest of the cards into the graveyard. My precious. I know that's Gollum, but Smeagol I think is Gollum's other half. I'm not really into the Lord like knowledgeable with the Lord of the Rings characters, but again, I mean, just look at this artwork. It looks so cool. Our rare in the pack is Mithril Coat. It has the legendary artifact, which is an equipment. It has Flash and Indestructible. Whenever it enters the battlefield, attach it to target legendary creature you control. The equipped creature has Indestructible. Equip cost is 3. I remember a friend of mine played this in the pre-release, and she basically had a very unkillable creature, which was quite cool. Another Stern Scolding, Ranger's Firebrand, another Landerval, Horizon Witness, another Swarming of Moria, Arwen's Gift, Bewitching Leechcraft, another Wizard's Rockets, Escape from Orthanc, another Mirkwood Bats, Bag End Porter, Snarling Warg, and Isolation at Orthanc. Hey, so far I'm liking this little tools we've been getting. Let's continue this nice like this nice little good card streak. Orc Army, Swamp. We have Aragon, Company Leader. It's a 3 mana legendary creature, Human Ranger. Whenever the ring tempts you, if you choose a creature other than Aragon as your ring bearer, put your choice of a counter from among First Strike, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink on Aragon. Whenever you put one or more counters on Aragon, put one of each of those kinds of counters on up to one target creature. Hmm, seems pretty good. This is what Aragon looks like. We have Rosie Khan of the South Lane, Old Man Willow, Shadow Summoning, Dunedain Blade, Rush the Room, Lorien Revealed again, Birthday Escape again, Stalwarts of Ozaglath, Wizard's Rockets, Willow Wind, don't think I went over this card yet, and Rage Huron. The Black Breath, and our final card in the pack is Brandywine Farmer. Next pack. Got the ring again. Got a forest. Our rare in the pack is King of the Oathbreakers. It's a 4 mana legendary creature, Spirit Noble. It's a creature with flying. And it says whenever this creature or another spirit you control becomes the target of a spell, it phases out. And whenever this or another spirit you control phases in, create a tapped 1/1 spirit with flying. So it's like an unkillable spirit. That's pretty interesting. So unfortunately it will be if it's like targeted, it has to phase out, so you won't be able to attack with it that turn. Oh, and if it comes back in, then your spirit will come in with a friend. So that's pretty interesting. Prince Emerhill the Fair, Samwise the South-Hearted, Ranger's Firebrand, Rush the Room, Herdium Spearmaster, Esquire of the King again, Dreadful as the Storm, Hook Reaper, Woes, Pathfinder, Nimrod Watcher, Yulin Kraben, Glorious Gale. Final card is Mirror Guardian. We have a food token, and it definitely looks different from a regular food token. It's all wrapped up in the spider's web. Ugh. Mountain. The rare in the pack is Lost Isle Calling. It's a 2 mana enchantment. Whenever you scry, put a verse counter on it. And it says pay 6 mana, exile it, draw a card for each verse counter on it. If you had 7 or more verse counters on it, take an extra turn after this one. Activate only as sorcery. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Golem Patient Plotter. Gimli Counter of Kills. Saruman the White. Improvised Club. Erebor Flamesmith. Puppet Sting. Uh, Hithlian Knots again. Soldier of the Great Host again. Flame the Precious. Nimrod, Nimrodal Watcher again. Shower of Arrows once again. Flash the Balrog and the Black Breath. Orc Army, Forest. We have a rare. It's a foil rare. It's a Pippin, a guard of the Citadel. It's a 2 mana halfling soldier with Vigilance and Ward 1. And it says you can tap it to give another creature protection from the card type of your choice until end of turn. Oh, that's cool. So it can't be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, enchanted, or equipped by anything of that type. Not bad. So it's like if your opponent wants to block your creature, then it'd be like, nope, don't want to. Or like, I'm gonna equip it with a pacifism. Nope. Or I don't think you can equip it with anything like a bad artifact or anything, but still, that's a pretty neat card. Our other rare card in the pack is Elven Chorus. It says it's a 4 mana enchantment. Look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library, and creatures you control have add 1 mana of any color. This is pretty cool. Basically, getting to look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you may cast it from the top of your library. And creatures you control can tap for any color you want. Sign me up. That's pretty good in green. Lost to Legend. Elwyn, Lady of Rohan. Dunedain Rangers. Gimli's Axe. Erebor Flamesmith. Escape from the Orthanc. Gladian Bow. Emerald Watcher. Now here's one we haven't found yet. Westfold Rider. Flash of the Balrog. Generous Ent. And Glorious Gale. We're getting pretty close, I think, with getting all the common cards. So once I see them, I'm just gonna keep going fast. Human Soldier Token, Forest card. Here is a rare card, Elmer. Marshal Rohan's a 4 mana human knight with haste. Whenever one or more other attacking legendary creatures you control die, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. This ability only triggers once a turn. It's not a bad card. Ring Sight, we have seen that one before. Here is Welthar the Windlord. Reprieve. Breaking of the Fellowship. Smite the Deathless. Arwen's Gift. Slip on the Ring. Here's another card. That's pretty good. Haunt of the Dead Marshes. Here's another one. Grey Haven's Navigator. Black Breath. Here's another card. Nasty End. Lorthoin Lookout. And Knights of Dol Amroth. Orc Army, Island card. Our foil card is Shire Terrence. Our rare card is Display of Power, a 3 mana instant. This spell can't be countered. Copy any number of target instant or sorcery spells. You may choose new targets for the copies. Whoa. Hmm. Storm? I think you just found a new friend. Voracious Fellbeast? Gimli, Counter of Kills. The Mouth of Sauron. Cast into the Fire. Here's a common we haven't gone over. Olog, High Crusher. Escape from the Orthonac. Here is Inherited Envelope. Soothing of Smeagol, Protector of Gondor, Perth Ungol Patrol, Bag End Porter, and Shalob's Ambush. The Ring, Island. Here is Fangorn, Tree Shepherd, a 7 mana Tree Folk. Tree Folk have Vigilance. Whenever one more Tree Folk you control attack, add twice that much green mana. You don't lose unspent green mana as end steps end. As steps and phases end. Not bad. It's a 4/10. Yeah, it's pretty good. Samwise the South, Stout-Hearted, March from the Black Gate, Regenbrand, Lord of Westfold, Smite the Deathless, Rush the Room, Dulian Blade, Stalwarts of Olgengrath, Woes, Pathfinder, Deceive the Messenger, Brandywine Farmer, Knights of Dol Amroth, Mirkwood Bats, and Bombardi's Song. Spirit Token, Plains. Oh, here's a good card. Delighted Halfling. It's a 1 mana Halfling Citizen. You can tap it to add any one color of colorless, and it says this. Also tap it, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only cast a legendary spell, and that spell can't be countered. Pretty good. Kind of reminds me of Birds of Paradise, just for legendaries. Voracious Fellbeast again. Four-way of Orcs. Utterbur Bree Innkeeper. Heredium Spearmaster, Swarming of the Moray, Great Hall of the Citadel, Flame the Precious, Captain of Umbar. Now for Wrath, now for Ruin. Easterling Vanguard, Bombardi's Song, Fog of Barrow-Dons, and Nasty End. Human Soldier Token, Island. Our foil is Chance Met Elves. Here's another really good card. If you're playing with legendaries, you're going to like this card. Flowering of the White Trees, a 2 mana legendary enchantment. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+1 and have Ward 1. Non-legendary creatures you control get +1/+1. Quite awesome, honestly. There's a lot of legends in this set, so this card's awesome. Meriadoc Brandybuck. Arwen Aldamail. Goblin Fireleaper. Heredium Spearmaster, Breaking of the Fellowship, now for Wrath, now for Ruin. Inherited Envelope, Willow Wind, East Farthing Farmer. Snarling Warg, Chance Met Elves, and Doodlin Cerebrin. Mushroom Watchdogs, Kurth Ungol Patrol, and Faga Barrow Downs. Orc Army, Swamp, Call of the Ring. At the beginning of your upkeep, the ring tempts you. Whenever you become a creature, whenever you choose a creature as your ring bearer, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. It's a neat little card. Mellor Eridog Brandy Book, Book of Mazarbul again, Bill the Pony again, Raelton's Rothhorn, Gimli's Axe, Hobbit's Sting, Pelargir Survivor, Slip on the Ring, Bewitching Leechcraft, Wizard's Rockets, Generous Ent, Mirkwood Bats, Bag End Porter. Alright, we got another Mythic. Gandalf the White, a 5 mana Avatar Wizard with Flash. You may cast legendary spells and artifact spells as well as they add Flash. If a legendary permanent or artifact entering the or leaving the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. It's a 4/5. Honestly, it's a pretty cool card. I love the artwork and the abilities on it are pretty nice. Frodo Baggins, Stone of Ecric, Stew the Convoys, Cast into the Fire, Hobbit Sting, Battle Scarred Goblin, Nimble Hobbit, Shire Scarecrow, Captain of Umbar, Second Breakfast, Mirror Guardian, Morgul Knife Wound, and many partings. Food token, Forest, Gnarling Warg as our foil card. Rangers of Ithian. It's a 4 mana human ranger with Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of up to one target creature with less power than. Then this is, as long as you control this card, then the ring tempts you. It's a neat little card. Grima Warm Tongue. Horses of the Burnian. Entish Restoration. Smite the Deathless. Squire of the King. Eagles of the North. Italian Kingfisher. Shire Scarecrow. Ents Fury. Torment of Gollum. Isolation at Orthorak. Lutheran Lookout. Human Soldier. Plains. Claim the Precious as our foil. Another mythic card, Dawn of a New Age, 2 mana enchantment, enters the battlefield with a hope counter on it for each creature you control. At the beginning of your end step, remove a hope counter from it, and if you do, draw a card. Then, if it has no hope counters on it, sacrifice it and you gain 4 life. If you have a lot of little creatures out on the field, or just creatures in general, you get a lot of counters. So you're drawing a card on each end step for as long as this card is on in play, which is quite awesome. And then when it leaves the field, as long as it had no hope counters on it, you gain 4 life. Honestly, that's not bad at all. Oath of the Grey Host, Denthor, Ruling Steward, Grishkana, Brash Instigator, Gimli's Axe, Shire Terrence, Eastmark Cavalier, Plague's Survivor, Lathian Bow, Westfold Rider, Urk-hai Berserker, Oliphant, and Mushroom Watchdogs. All right, we're getting very close to the end. Just a couple more packs to go. Treasure token planes. Our foil card is Long List of Ents. Our rare card is this legendary land, Mines of Moria. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a legendary creature. And it reads, add red mana to tap it, and it says pay 3 and a red and tap. Exile 3 cards from your graveyard. Create 2 treasure tokens. Not bad. Not bad at all. Golem Patient Plotter. Elrond Lord of Rivendell. I don't know if I saw this card yet. Arwen Oldemil. Improvised Club. Rothier Lance. That's a new card. Escape from Orthanc. Hithland Knots. Soldier of the Grey Host. Claim the Precious. Snarling Warg. Isolation at Orthanc. And Shower of Arrows. Food token. Plains. Our foil is a Nibble Hobbit. The rare card is Fall of Gilgalad. It's a 2 mana saga. Level 1 is Scry 2. Level 2 is put 2+1/+1 counters on target creatures on target creature you control. And level 3 is until end of turn. Target creature you control gains when this creature dies, draw 2 cards. Then that creature fights up to 1 target creature. Not bad. Here is Faramir Field Commander. Rise of the Witch King. Celeborn the Wise. Rotherium Lancer. Gleamley's Fury. Greyhaven's Navigator. Eastmark Cavalier. Surrounded by Orcs. Revive the Shire. Sam's Desperate Rescue. Glorious Gale. Elven Farsight. Orc Army. Swamp. Lost Isle Calling again. Legolas Counter of Kills. Kragan Took. Saruman the White. Erebor Flamesmith. Treason of Isengard. Improvised Club. Deceive the Messenger. Lembas. Now for Wrath, Now for Ruin. Sam's Desperate Rescue. Knights of Dol Amroth. Shower of Arrows. And Kirith Ungol Patrol. Human Soldier token Swamp. We have Lobelia Sackville Baggins. It's a 3 mana Halfling Citizen, Flash and Menace. When she enters the battlefield, exile target creature card from an opponent's graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Then create X treasure tokens where X is the exile card's power. Okay, so say for instance, you're playing with the elementals, and your friend wants to revive the elemental. That's going to go bye-bye. This might be a pretty cool card. I'm not gonna lie. Theoden, King of Rohan again. Fear, Fire Foes again. Saruman's Trickery. Quarrel's End. Lorien Revealed. Nimril Watcher. Stalwarts of Olgengrath, Woes, Pathfinder, Deceive the Messenger, Lash of the Balrog, the Black Breath, Brandywine Farmer, and Knights of Dol Amroth. Alright, we have two more packs remaining in our box. Our rare card in the pack is Sharky, Tyrant of the Shire. It's a 4-mana Avatar Rogue. Activated abilities of lands your opponents control cannot be activated unless they are mana abilities. This card has all activated abilities of lands your opponent controls except mana abilities, and mana of any type can be spent to activate these abilities. And it's a 2/4. This is an interesting little card. Not gonna lie. Any kind of mana ability, extra effect on a land. Seems interesting. Hopefully it sees play. Elrond, Lord of Rivendell. The Grey Havens. This is a new card we haven't seen yet. Bill Ferny, Bree Swindler. Shire Terrence. Fire Orthonac. Nimble Hobbit. Hithian Nuts. Slip on the Ring. Shire Scarecrow. Mordor Trebuchet. Aerod Rider of Gondor. Ents Fury. And Uruk-hai Berserker. Final pack. Let's see what we pull. Alright, we have Moria Marauder. That's a 2-mana Goblin Warrior with double strike. Whenever a Goblin or Orc you control deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. The 1/1. Not bad, not bad at all. Rising of the Day. Gift of Strands. Bilbo Retired Burglar. Rush the Room, Rothium Lancer, Bewitching Leechcraft, Claim the Precious, Eagles of the North, Surrounded by Orcs, Glathium Guide, Eren, Rider of Gondor, Mordor, Trebuchet, and Bag and Porter. That is our final card. Alright, so this was lots of fun. I love doing these kind of box openings, and I hope you all enjoyed our little video today. Um, I am very happy with every pull I've got, with every card I pulled today. I pulled so many foils, which is quite nice. There's so many cool legendary cards in this set that I have not seen. Um, and there's a lot of cool mechanics like treasure, there's amass, there's food, and the ring abilities. I mean, these are all really neat things. And I'm very happy that Lord of the Rings and Magic the Gathering kind of teamed up and did this pretty cool set. Alright, so this is going to end my video for today. Um, Again, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye bye now.